And welcome to the Los Caballeros Sports Village in Fountain Valley, California. My name is Dave Vinson alongside Matthew Kruger
Good.
with the USHA. Matt,
Thank you.
you are the director of the USA. What is it? The development?
Development coordinator.
Coordinator. Okay. Turn your microphone up a little bit. This is the 62nd USHA four-wall National Handball Championships as the WPH gives you continued coverage here. It's Dave Fink and Sun Lee versus Briar Bidegain and Brent Bidegain from San Diego. Referee is Danny Bell, who has been camped out in that referee's crow box, crow's nest, whatever you want to call it, for the last couple hours. Matt.
Yeah.
All right, let's play ball. 0-0.
We get to the semifinals and beyond. Danny's going to be up there with the highest rated officials we have for open matches.
Side out.
A nice kill shot right there from Briar. Hits it right down the middle. Dave Fink playing
0
left.
serve 0.
Returning serve is counterpart Sun Lee from Illinois. We saw Briar have a breakthrough performance in his opening round of the pro singles when he took Sean Lenning to a tiebreaker. He was up 9-4 and ends up losing to Sean Lenning. And at that point, you and I know a lot about handball players. But for me, I never even knew that there was a Briar Bidegain.
Point.
I didn't know that Peter Bidegain had another son.
The Bidegains just keep rolling out.
1 serve 0.
And, yeah, Briar had some success as a junior and coming back into the game again, and obviously played an impressive match against Sean.
Well, it took me 39 years to take a game off Sean Lenning, and he was wearing flip-flops.
Side out.
Briar leaves the game, comes back, age 25. Able to do it.
No small feat.
Very frustrating.
0-0. And out.
See, Sun Lee
0 serves 1.
recently came back from Korea.
That was a long visit.
Point.
Planning to go back.
1 serves 1.
Extended stay.
The score here is 1-1.
2 serves.
Now, I don't know if you just saw this play here, but
have
Sun
2
Lee
serves
serves
coming.
the ball and it hits down on Dave Fink's front foot. It was basically kind of a lob type shot that hit
Did it
down
hit the floor first?
on the front foot there. Yet the rules say that it's a replay when everyone in the building knows that it wasn't going to make the front.
I'm going to ask
the
my
back line.
linesman.
Right.
Why is that
Did you think
call
that ball
or
hit
that
the floor?
rule in effect when it's very obvious that a ball isn't going to make
1
it?
serve.
Let's watch this replay here. The ball hit it right directly on the front. Now, I've seen it before where the player is sitting in the front part of the box and it's a lob serve and it hits their foot and it's 2 serves.
Right.
When physics, you know,
2 serves 1.
doesn't really allow that ball to reverse its action and then make it over the line.
Right. It would be nice, you know, if we had some
Point.
objectivity on the officials.
But the officials do make those type of calls.
Right.
They do make hinder
3
calls
serves
and avoidable
1.
hinders. Those are subjective type calls.
Exactly.
So
Well,
why wouldn't that be a subjective call as well?
that's one thing that we could perhaps submit to our rules committee.
Okay. You and I?
Yeah.
Let's hold hands and bust the door down.
Let's go in and
barnstorm
it takes less than 18 months to pass.
I don't know if I care about the rule that much.
Oh,
I
okay.
just want to see what your opinion was.
Side out.
No, I definitely agree. It's kind of one of the slippery slopes or gray area rules.
1 serves 3.
I've actually seen it called in some close matches.
I would even
Replay.
say let's just put a little paint mark up here in the box that if you're in the front half of the paint mark, you get hit by the ball. Then
1
it's
serves
a
3.
short, and if you're in the back half, it's a second serve.
Well,
I mean, we all line up either in the front or the back. We very rarely stand in the middle.
True.
I mean, us
Point.
experienced handball players.
True. True.
Now I stand in the middle because that's the only space there is.
2 serves
Yeah.
3.
Guys our size generally, you know, we're taking most of that box up. But yeah,
That's just one of the little tiny things you and I will be talking about during this doubles match.
And out.
Little useless trivia and bits of information that'll never get changed.
2 serves 3.
This is the men's round of 8 pro doubles.
White.
Earlier it was Luis Cordova and his brother Daniel defeating John Iglesias and Armando
3 serves 3.
Ortiz filling in for Charlie Shanks, who's in the finals of the men's pro division, to face Paul Brady tomorrow.
It's going to be an exceptional matchup. Last time, again, 2 Irish countrymen played each other. It was
4 serves 3.
back in 2008 in the Athletic Club of Overland Park. Tony Healy and Paul Brady put on quite a show where Paul Brady prevailed in a tiebreaker.
That was an amazing handball match there. It looked like Tony Healy had
a
really good chance to win that national championship.
Right, and I mean, Tony was definitely at the top of his game that year, later winning the simple green that fall.
Won the Canadian Nationals that year as well.
Right.
Sorry, I know that. I'm going to apologize now.
White.
Bidegain's making a little run here.
6 serves 3.
6-3, Bidegain versus Sun Lee and Dave Fink. Bidegain squared. Brothers Bidegain.
White.
2 by Bidegain.
2 by Bidegain. Well, we know there's more than 2, so.
7 serves 3.
By Bidegain.
By Bidegain.
If I were Team Fink, I would consider putting Sun Lee on the left. Letting Fink come out and poach that ball with the left hand. If you watch a lot of doubles, you'll see that the left side player very rarely hits the ball with his left hand unless it's on the serve.
Right.
And Sun Lee has such a great defensive return with the serve. That's really what you're trying to do in doubles anyway, is defense the ball. You can't do anything offensive on the serve anyway because the floor is covered. You want to get the right side or the left side player out of the front court so that'll set up some offense. And you'll see that they'll do better with Sun Lee over here on the left, I believe. Not that Sun Lee's a better left side player than Dave Fink, but he's a really good left side doubles player. And that's where I think Dave is strong. He can poach with that left hand into those corners.
Right, he's comfortable right up there behind the short line.
He's one of those players where you don't mind if they stick their left out if you're playing the left side.
Good.
And you saw that many times. We
Second
had
serve.
John Bike being inducted into the Hall of Fame last night. John Bike didn't necessarily play the left side when he won those championships with Toddy. Toddy would play the left, John would play the right. Not all shifts, but they certainly did have that lineup. It's a great camera angle.
Here we go.
And nothing doing there for Sun Lee.
Side out, thank you.
This is the 62nd USHA 4-wall National
7
Handball
serves 3.
Championships. Fountain Valley, California. We're at Los Caballeros Sports Village. Round of 8 for the men's doubles in the pro bracket here.
Definitely trying to stay away from David.
I don't know why Sun Lee is playing so far back here as a right side player. He should be up near and in front of Briar Bidegain, who looks like he's wearing his pajamas on the court.
White.
I guess you could say that the Bidegains are wearing blue and gold and white.
9 serves 3.
Notre Dame fans. I mean UCLA Bruin fans, sorry. See how Briar's able to back out of the zone.
That. Screen.
Right, and again, Sun is back in that pretty deep in the far right.
Sun Lee needs to come up and put 1 foot in front of Breyer. Breyer doesn't own that space in front of him.
Serves 3.
Comes up there, it'll take him out of his game just a little bit. Instead, you see Sun hanging back. That's why I believe Sun needs to be on the left side, right, so he can hang back.
And that's one thing I took
11
from
serves 3.
Duncan McDonald, Masters player out of Tucson, and we get to play, you know, doubles, of course, with these guys at the Tucson Racket Club. And as soon as I got in the court, before the other team came in, said, "You're going to play right side, and you're going to stand right here." And he said, right beyond that short line.
11
and that was probably the best advice I ever got. Doubles advice. And he just said, watch the ball, never take your eye off it, but this is your spot.
12 serves 3.
Well, I agree with that. And if more players would just learn that immediately instead of trying to play 2 games of singles out there, then you would see a better flow of the game. Sun Lee, where he's standing right now, needs to be about the area he stands. That'll force the Bidegains to have to hit the ball to Dave's strong hand, which will be to his left.
Right.
But it's all set up to Sun Lee. Now, they could pound balls over there at him. And in that case, you just kind of mosey back on the type of shots that you think will be driven at you. But ultimately, if you're going to go for a kill shot, you're not going to do it in front of the guy standing up front. You'll start hitting balls to Dave Fink. And then Dave's got that stiletto of a left hand.
Exactly.
What Dave is trying to do is play a game of singles against Breyer.
Let's see what Sun does.
Sun staying up front right now. Now Sun's behind Dave.
And out.
Dave Fink's very hard to play doubles with. He's not one of the doubles partners that is supportive of your play.
Right.
If you do bad, he'll let you know. There's other players that you play with that'll actually pump you up when you do bad.
Side out.
Well, I mean, you know, Dave uses that motivation for himself.
It doesn't work for everybody.
Right.
Sun Lee might start crying before this match is over.
Is that what happened to you last time you played with Dave?
We've never played doubles together.
Oh, okay.
I took Dave and I played, and then later that day, I asked him to come to the hotel and meet me in the parking lot. I told him to bring a knife, and I was going to use my fist. That's how mad I was. I said, I won't bring any weapons. I want you to bring a knife, though, because I want this to be fair.
I'm wondering if that scenario has taken place with other doubles partners of Dave's.
I think it has. Let's see if we can get Emmett on the phone.
14 serves 5.
Grant Bidegain serving here 14-5, just dominating Fink and Sun Lee. And on paper, Fink and Sun look like a pretty strong team in this tournament, but Dave Fink just not a doubles player. And he's really out of position here.
14 serves 5.
Should be playing the right, in my opinion.
And Breyer's still rolling. He just seems so comfortable on these courts.
Just looks like he's been playing handball forever.
Point. Fifteen serves 5. Point.
I think you and I would do pretty good in this.
16 serves 5.
16-5. I know we lost our only doubles match together, 21-19 one time against 2 60-year-olds, but I think we could do well now. I don't know why I think that, but
you know, if they would offer one of those chairs in there where I could sit in the corner and get out of the way.
Yeah,
it's like a possibility.
Point.
Just do what Duncan told you to do. Stand up there in the front.
17 plays 5.
17-5 first game, men's round of 8, as we stream live here.
Point.
This team looks like they're falling apart.
Let's see if they'll do something here. They're obviously picking on Sun.
Point.
That's a swing and miss from Sun Lee now. And he's shaking the hand that didn't swing at the ball. That was the offhand he was shaking. We will take a quick timeout after this one concludes. And that's really to protect the viewers from hearing Dave Fink come over to the booth and start cussing out everything,
Point.
to include himself, his doubles partner, the courts, the referee, the son.
20,
And
possible
son.
game
And son.
point, serves 5.
Just not
Point,
a lot
game,
of,
5 minutes.
there it is.
There
Wrap
it
it
is.
up again, and Bidegains take game 1 by a big margin.
Well, the courts were behind schedule, and Dave and son decided to try to help it get back on. We're going to have more handball coming up in about 5 minutes. Stick right here for Matthew Kruger and Linda Manning, as well as Jeff Kastner. My name is Dave Vincent. More of the WPH's continued coverage of the United States Handball Association's 62nd Four-Wall National Handball Championships. We'll be back. More action in just a bit.
Okay. Bidegain serving first. Linesmen are ready, 0-0.
The score is 0-0 here. We are back, game number 2. Dave Fink and Sun Lee lose the first one, 21-5, but brothers Bidegain get that first win. Now you see Sun Lee on the left side here. Vegas a couple years ago, we saw Sun Lee totally dismantle Sean Lenny in a doubles match.
1-0.
But then a year later, he lost to John Robles in singles.
Right. Sun's always, well, at least in the last 3-4 years, has been that streaky player where he can just be unconscious, go through anybody, and then has a couple head scratcher matches where, geez, you should beat that guy.
Now you see Dave Fink hanging back way too far here against brother Bidegain. But I do like the format of Sun Lee and Dave Fink playing left and right respectively.
We'll see if that that,
0 serves
see
2.
if that changeup benefits in this game.
Score is 0-2 here.
Their son kind of, you know, got in the way of David's left. Natural instinct, it's to your right hand. As that left-handed player there to
I'm
his
calling
right.
that a point. What happened? I don't know what you're talking about. After the shot,
You know, I heard you mention Danny Bell.
you should have called
French
it as
Canadian.
soon as it happened.
Do you think that gives his voice as an official
Sorry,
a little
that's
more
a point.
Yes.
authority?
Yes, I also believe he's more
You should
sexy
raise your
because of
hand
that.
or something. If you have contact, you raise your hand and say stop on your backswing.
Danny Bell,
The score is 1 plays 2.
as he's gotten older, is starting to look like Martin Scorsese. In fact, I thought it was Martin up there
Point.
preparing for a film or something. We'll take a quick look at Danny
2
Bell
plays
there
2.
in the referee's crow's nest areas. Look at that, Martin Scorsese. Just a clean-cut Martin. His eyebrows, everything.
Replay. Two plays 2.
We're all tied at 2 here. Sun League going with that underhand serve. Ball could have been called short.
Skip,
Fink hits
side
the ball
out
on the
and
ground.
out. 2 serves 2. Short.
I don't think Dave Fink likes being on that right side, but I really truly believe it's the right format.
Second serve. Side out.
It's interesting. You have a lot of
2
talent in
serves
there
2.
right now.
Point.
Tough serve off that. Kind of hits that door. It has to throw you off just a bit.
It's a different playing surface.
3 serves 2.
Not just the door, but that's such a great serve in doubles anyway. You're hitting it to Fink's
Point.
offhand around the revolving door, and you think that he would step in with his left.
4 serves 2.
He has to be completely exhausted after playing Paul Brady just a few hours ago.
Right. Even with his fitness level, I mean, a match like that against somebody like Paul is just.
Point.
Both of these players just missing balls off the back wall. What do you think of this handball concept that I have come up
5
with? Maybe
serves 2.
you and I could just run an independent tournament that has nothing to do with organizations.
Point.
Where we call it BYOB, bring your own ball. And
6 serves 2.
the BYOB tournament is before the match starts,
Point.
you can flip for the ball that you want to play with.
7 serves 2.
Now, before the tournament starts, everyone has to register 3 or 4 different balls that they want to play with. And then you determine which one you want to play with when you go in there, and your opponent does too, and then you flip to find out which one. Now, my opponent could be Sal Duenas, for example. He might want to play with the Wilson racquetball.
Right.
And I might favor the Irish women's handball. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And we flip for it, and I win. And so Sal has to play me with that, which you'd have the advantage probably, but nonetheless, we have a really big prize purse for first place, something like $2,000. I mean, I say big, but you know,
right.
You don't know who's going to show up. It's the first time doing it, and you know, maybe the
8
tournament has
serves 2.
10 approved different balls that you can play with. What do you think of some concept like that?
You know,
if you win, you some of it's with luck because you got your ball, and some of it isn't.
No, replay.
That's, you know, that's an intriguing concept, but I couldn't help think of like a
8-2.
Pokemon battle or Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, okay.
You know, not that I want to go there with people that are watching, but yeah, you fire, water, air, all that stuff. Just kind of had that feel. But that's an intriguing concept.
Well, you get 10 approved balls. Every ball has a number placed to it, so the Wilson racquetballs, number 3 or whatever.
9-2.
Then you have ping pong balls in one of those lottery machines, and then you just pull the number out. Oh, we're playing with the number 6. That one just happens to be the white ace, the white 21.
So it's just a random draw.
Yeah,
anything.
random draw. Anything could happen.
10 serves
But
2.
you as a player get to register 1 ball that you want to play with when you enter the tournament, or maybe 3 balls.
White.
3 different balls that you want to play with, because maybe somebody else already registered that ball.
11 serves 2.
And we take the first 10 entries.
White.
You can't play with a ping pong ball.
Right. It was
Not going to play with a tennis ball. They have to be approved by the
12
tournament.
serves 2.
BYOB. Put up some good prize money. See some crazy crossover.
Replay.
contact there. Mix this up, but again, the Bidegain's a big lead. Big
Well,
lead to start the second.
I think the reason why you see this big lead is because Bidegains are playing doubles the way it's supposed to be done. You see how Brandt sweeps across the floor to give Breyer that whole right lane. Breyer hits the ball, they end up coming back, crossing over. Dave Fink hits the ball into the ground, which was
13 serves 2.
makes their positioning kind of move.
Right.
But it forced Dave to go down that left wall because there was a little opening.
White.
But you need these type of events to keep your
14 serves 2.
bracket on schedule. BYOB.
Replay, check it.
Yeah. What kind of a court would you have it
14
on?
serves 2.
Just a 4-wall court to start.
Okay.
Point.
That'd be even more interesting. You had 3 different venues to choose from.
15 serves 2.
Let's flip a coin for that too. You're playing with a
Point.
golf ball, and you're going to be on a 1-wall court at the state prison.
16 serves
Or a
2.
turkey.
This has
by
just all
60.
happened randomly. It's not our fault. It just happened. 16-2 here. Bidegain's trying to go
Point.
forward, and you know what, Matt? They look good.
You know, like you mentioned earlier, Dave, they're playing as a team. Like,
17
obviously
serves 2.
familiar with each other on the court.
17-2. Side out.
I'd say even looking
serve
at Dave
17.
and Son's body language right now, they just kind of seem down still.
Yeah, very negative type of body language.
Point.
See if they can put together a little run here.
3 serves 17.
Where they're going to need more than a little run. They're going to need a lot of little runs.
Right.
A lot of these miss
And out.
balls off the back wall where they're not shooting through it. You see Son dipping balls in. It's
3
just
serves
uncharacteristic
17.
of him.
Right.
Replay. Three serve 17. Side out.
And as soon as Dave Fink and Son Lee got in there, they're right back out again.
Brandt made a nice little finish there to get back. Get the serve
17
back.
serves 3.
Coming up next, it'll be Andy Nett, Luis Moreno versus Collado.
And out.
Domaremi Gato, brother Collado.
17
Another
serves
brothers
3.
match.
This terrible handball in here from Sun Lee and Dave Fink.
Stay it out.
And he has trouble with that on his left.
3 serve 17.
I like this underhand serve from Sun, and it seems to set up some opportunities, but these guys just haven't made those opportunities.
Right.
Dave Fink needs to back into to Brandt, so he doesn't have, he has to go around him. That takes away a little bit more of that step.
17.
Dave is there on the left wall. See how Brandt is actually coming up here? See, he's
Right.
covering that front wall. Dave needs to back out a little
And
bit.
out.
Just to hold him back. Even open up his arms a little bit. Let Brandt have to take that 1 or 2 extra steps to go around Dave
4-17.
before he runs up front.
I think maybe he's playing a little too polite and staying on that wall too much for him.
Point.
And a nice shot right there from Sun Lee.
5 serve 17. Short. Second serve. Point.
Now it's 6-17. We're either witnessing one of the greatest comebacks of all time or just a
6
late game
serve
surge
17.
here.
Stay it out.
Again, you know, Brandt's always in that right spot.
17-6.
Terrible return from Fink.
And out.
Bailed him out with
17 serve 6.
Well, it looks like there's going to be a pretty good clash here. Not looking at the bracket, but I believe the winner of this one plays Cordova. We might have an all-brothers semifinal for a chance at the final. They might be wrong on that.
Stay it out.
Of course, the Colado's coming up next. Success
6
in
serve
the
17.
junior events, but never played in the open doubles yet together. Twin Towers.
And out.
Terrible coverage there.
6-17. Point.
And a point for Fink.
Again, they keep chipping away within
7
10.
serve 17.
Just 2 big runs away from being right here back into this match.
Point.
Now we're at 8-17.
8 serve 17.
Seeing that Fink and Sun Lee are starting to get back into it here. In doubles, this type of lead is not impossible, and I've seen a lot of doubles teams come back from something like this. It is very hard to score 4 points to close out a match when you've got
17.
another opponent that's up front taking away most of your court space.
Replay.
Especially with the abilities of both David and Sun,
8-17.
can be quite a mountain to climb just getting those last 4 points.
Side out.
There's the side out.
No sooner do I say that, they gain the side
17
out.
plays 8.
It's called the announcer's curse. I do a lot of cursing.
7-second delay.
Point.
You're right. You know, they're going into the Cordova brothers, the winner of this match,
18 plays 8.
for a semifinal battle to win.
So that would mean that if Moreno and Net held true on their seed, and Morales and Perez or Garner and Steele wins, it's going to be one of these teams is going to be in the semifinals.
Point.
That was about the stupidest logic I've ever used in my life. It'll be Cordova versus Team Cordova versus Team Bidegain in the semis. So one of those will be in the finals of this national championship. I guess that's what I was trying to say in a reverse way.
Point.
Oh, and Sun misses. Well, may take a minor or a major miracle
game in match.
It's actually going to be a great match watching the Bidegains play the Cordovas. They play very similar, very good style of handball. You'd say the Cordovas have a little bit of the edge, but the Bidegains have been the underdog in every round, so they don't care if anybody says that about them.
And out.
Okay.
They just delayed the inevitable. Briar Bidegain now serving at 20-8. They win the first one 21-5, trying to close it out here to go to the semifinals of the Pro National Championships with the United States Handball Association.
Gives them that wrap around in a second.
There it is, right there. Bidegain's take down Fink and Lee and advance to the semis to face Daniel and Luis Cordova. We'll have another handball match coming up right here around the corner. Men's round of 8, Luis Moreno, Andy Nett versus the Collado brothers. Just a bit. I want you to stick close for that. We'll be back in just about 15 minutes or so. For Matt Kruger, as well as our staff here, Linda Manning, Jeff Kastner. My name is Dave Vincent. We'll be back in just a bit. Stick with us here at racefor8.com.
So, what's it gonna be?
We could ride bikes.
Skating? Movies? Zoo? Whatever you guys want to do.
Can we just do this?
Yeah. We could just do this.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
We are different. Society should aspire to be more like us.
Be part of the first class. Get energized. Get outside.
Hold on, guys. It's gonna get bumpy.
And get moving. Experience the power of physical activity. Join the movement at ActionHeroAlliance.com.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.